ran out of wood just past the Dutch. Your homies die, you don't never slide, it ain't adding up. Get caught with a pipe, you out same night, you fed or what? New art pack in the air, this gas or what? He'll still be alive right now if you niggas ain't gas him up. Give my shorty stimulus and guns, I tell them slap for nothing.
Hey, and welcome back to What's Happening, episode 2. That's my fucking shit. That's my shit. That was Little Durk, Auto Durk. If you guys don't know, he came up with a little, you know, freestyle. All right. That's my laptop, y'all. Be wildin'. But yes, he came up with a little freestyle, whatever that I like. It's called Auto Durk. That's what I was listening to just now. But hey, y'all. Hey, welcome back to What's Happening, episode 2. As you already seen in the caption, this is gonna be, this episode is gonna be a little bit personal. I'm getting this question all the time, so I just want to answer it once and for all for everybody, for my friends, mainly because they're the main ones asking me, and to the people that know me on Instagram or know me on Snapchat. You guys can get this question answered as well. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm sorry, y'all. This lighting is just so bad today, like, because it's like this shadow right here in front of my face, and it's like, what are you doing? You blocking my sun. I just want the natural light. I don't want no ring light. I just want the natural light to hit this melanin. That's why I don't want no ring light. I don't want no that extra stuff. I just want the natural sunlight against this nice skin, okay? That's it. But yes, let's get right into it. So, if you guys don't know, I am a vegetarian. Yes, I said I'm a vegetarian. Oh, I'm a vegetarian. So I've been a vegetarian for maybe like, I want to say 2 years or a year and a half, maybe going on 2 years. So let me just go right back into what everything, how everything happened. So at first, I wanted to become a vegan. I was all for vegans. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be a vegan. Yeah. One day, I was watching this Hot 97 interview with what's his name, Russell Simmons, and Russell Simmons was like, oh, you know, he was just talking about his veganism and why he became a vegan and how he does yoga and, you know, how spiritual he is and blah blah blah. So he mentioned that he had a book on becoming vegan, if you were interested in becoming vegan and all these things. And I was like, you know, that sounds real interesting. I'm gonna go read his book. I'm into reading, guys, just so you know. I love reading. I love this may sound corny to people, whatever, but I love just like learning something new. I feel like if I'm not learning something every day on an everyday basis, I just feel like, you know, my brain is going to waste. Like, what is it really doing up there? It's just holding knowledge that I already have, but you know, I always want to further my knowledge, so I like to read. So don't call me a geek or whatever. I just like to read, okay? Anyway, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get his book. So I went to what is it called? Not Barnes and Noble. Yeah, Barnes and Noble. I went to Barnes and Noble. I got a couple books. I picked up his book as well, and I started reading it. And then, you know, I was like getting enlightened by the things he was saying, the reasons why he was turned vegan, and the way they processed out food or whatever. So, ooh, sorry y'all, the light is just not effing with me right now. Like, why is it so dark? Anyway, so like I said, so I was reading his book, and I'm just like, you know, I'm all here for what he's talking about in the book. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to go vegan. I'm gonna try. So instead of like slowly, you know, going into being a vegan, I just went full force. I just stopped eating meat. I just stopped drinking milk. I mean, I never drank milk, always like almond milk, but you get the gist. Anything that had milk contained in it, like I didn't eat. Cheese I cut off. I cut off a whole bunch of things that vegans cut off. I even stopped wearing certain things because it, you know, had like real leather or certain animal parts that was made from it. I just stopped everything altogether. I just became a straight vegan right off the bat. I was vegan. Didn't eat anything really, just vegan. And I was having I was vegan for maybe like 6 months. 6 months. It was so hard for me, y'all. I mean, that was like the hardest thing I ever had to do. I had to sacrifice a lot because where I worked at, we sold natural food and things like that, but it was like also harder because I was always at work. So it's like if I didn't eat at work and I came home, things would be closed, like, you know, as far as like Chinese stores. And I can't really eat Chinese food because they don't really sell anything for vegans. I mean, besides tofu, and I don't mess with everybody's tofu. I eat tofu, but not from everywhere. But yeah, so it was harder for me, like when I came home from work on the late days, it was hard for me to eat because it was like, what am I gonna eat besides a salad, like really quick. So it was really hard. And what happened was I was like reading, I continued reading his book, you know, on, you know, the things. And I just realized that unfortunately, being a minority and living in the area that I live in, you know, it's not, I don't live in like a bad neighborhood, but this is still an urban area, so it's harder to find like natural food stores like a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's or whatever, you know, wherever they have natural food. Like Food Bazaar sometimes have natural food, Food Fair have natural foods, and things that is easier for vegans to have access to. So I didn't have that around where I live. I don't have that still. So it was hard for me. I had to literally go to Manhattan, go all the way to Manhattan just to go to Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or Food Fair to get natural foods, and then travel all the way back to Queens because that's where I live with the food. So it was hard for me to do it. So I was like, you know what, Nayala, you gotta relax. You gotta slow down. You can't just straight go into vegan. And I was losing so much weight. I was stressed out because of work as well. So I was losing weight. I was stressed out. I wasn't eating properly. I was having headaches almost every other day, migraines, and I had became protein deficient. So I was like lacking a lot of protein due to the fact that I cut off my main source of protein, which was meat. So I was like, you know, I'm not really reading into this the right way. Like, although I'm reading Russell Simmons' book, he's not giving me like food ideas, like, you know, what to cook, like what can I eat on an everyday basis as a vegan. So I decided to go ahead and do my own research. So I went on Google and I typed in, what do vegans eat on the daily, or what is a good substitute of protein for vegans. And they came up with a whole bunch of things, beans, all this other stuff. And I was just like, wow, like I really have to like think about it. Like I didn't even think about being vegan. I just went and I was vegan. The next day I woke up, I was vegan. So I really had to sit and think about like my real reasonings for being vegan, or like, you know, I have to come up with something that makes sense rather than just, okay, because Russell Simmons said that he was a vegan and processed food is no good for us, I'm going to be a vegan now because I feel like I want to be like him. So I had to come up with my own reasons on why I wanted to be vegan. So I sat down, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Let's not jump all the way into vegan. Let's start somewhere else, like somewhere where I can actually, you know, start and then still make my way up to vegan, because I still want to have, you know, I still want to do my research. I still want to have my studies, but I still want to get the same nutrition that I'm supposed to on every day, like normal people, so I won't be lacking protein. So what I did was I became a pescatarian. I was pescatarian for so I was a vegan for 6 months. I was pescatarian for another 6 months. So basically, yes, I was pescatarian for another 6 or maybe 8 months. I became a pescatarian. I was only eating fish. I was still getting my protein and stuff like that from different vegetables. I was still doing my research on being vegan and, you know, things like that. So what happened was, one day I was at work and one of my customers came up to me and was like, hey, do you guys have any like vegan vegetarian options? So I'm like, vegetarian? I'm like, vegetarian, what's that? He like, you never heard of vegetarian? I'm like, I heard of vegan, not vegetarian. This is beyond me, y'all. I didn't even know vegetarian existed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I hear new things, I'm like, huh? Vegetarian? I can do this. So I was like, what is a vegetarian? So he started explaining it to me and things like that. And I was like, wow, I thought it was either you're a vegan or you ate meat. I didn't know it was like an in-between. So he like, yeah, you can be a vegetarian. I was like, right now I'm a pescatarian, but I want to convert to being a vegan. Like, you know, what are your suggestions? He was like, I think you should be a vegetarian. And I was like, why? He was like, because from the sounds of it, you say you don't drink milk. So that's a plus, because he said vegetarians drink milk, but some of them don't. He said, so you don't drink milk? Me, I don't really like mayo or stuff like that, so that didn't really matter to me. Cheese, I eat cheese once in a while. I don't eat cheese all the time. So he's like, why not become a vegetarian? So I was like, you know what? That sounds really good. I'm gonna look it up and do the research when I get home. So I did my research or whatever, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna just become a vegetarian. So from that day on, I became a vegetarian. And I no longer ate fish. I just like it wasn't hard for me to cut fish off, because like I said, I already had cut meat off for 6 months altogether. So I already had a strong mindset that I can do this. If I could be a vegan for 6 months and almost kill myself, okay, from not eating the proper, you know, nutrients and stuff, I feel like I could become a vegetarian, okay? It wasn't nothing for me to cut off fish. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it is very hard. It's a struggle every day. Like I said, I'm only 2 years into being a vegetarian, so it's like I still have thoughts of eating chicken. Like sometimes when I'm around people, when they cooking chicken or they making certain like food, like meats, I get nauseous. Like as far as like beef, pork, I get nauseous. Like turkey and chicken, I'm still like on the fence. Like if I see it and I smell it, I'm like, I want it, but I know in the back of my mind that I really don't want it. I only want it because I smell it or I see it. You know what I'm saying? So I have a strong will. So, you know, being a vegetarian is really difficult at times, but at the same time easy if you have the right mindset, if you really know why you want to become a vegetarian or a vegan. So for people who want to be a vegetarian or a vegan, what I would say to you guys is first do your research before you do anything. Before you just cut anything off, you need to do your research. You need to know what you're supplementing your meat for, because it's very hard, especially if you're on the go like me every day, and you're barely home to cook. So you would probably have to do like a meal prep your meals the night before, the day before, so you can have your food when you come home and you're not making food like 10 o'clock at night, okay? Because that's what I was doing. I was like making meals at 10 o'clock at night because I came home from work and I didn't really have no options around my house to eat out. So I was like, you know what, I have to make me some food. I have to make me breakfast. I have to make me lunch for work, because my job doesn't really sell vegetarian options, and I gotta make me dinner. It was a lot. So I would recommend you guys do your research first. So first you're gonna do your research, okay, and know really why you want to become a vegan or a vegetarian or a pescatarian. Then you're gonna implement your researches slowly. So you're gonna cut off one thing at a time. So if you were becoming a pescatarian, I would cut off cut off beef, pork, and turkey, and then slowly cut off chicken, and then go ahead and convert all the way to pescatarian, because it's really hard. For vegetarians, I would say go pescatarian first and then slowly work your way into vegetarian. This way your mindset is already strong enough because you're a pescatarian, and it's not hard to really cut off fish, because, you know, I'm not a big fish eater, but I love crabs. But like I said, I'm strong-willed, so I haven't had a piece of crab in maybe like 6 years. Swear to God, I haven't had a piece of crab since my grandmother's wedding, and that was all the way back in like 2014 or something like that. So yeah, but and that's my take for you guys who wants to become vegan, vegetarian, or pescatarian. So those people who keep asking me, my friends and people online who keep asking me about being a vegetarian and how I do it, there is your answer, clear straight out, okay? It was hard at first. I just went right into it like I wasn't supposed to do that. So then after a while, I learned my lesson and I did my research, and you know, now I'm getting better. I'm not all the way there yet, but I'm getting better, and you know, you have to learn somehow, okay? Now, okay, so boom, that's all I wanted to talk about in the beginning of the video. But y'all, this is what I really wanted to come to y'all about, okay? So, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Nicki Minaj dropped 2 freestyles. I want to say, what was that day? It was either Saturday or Friday on Queen Radio. And I just want to know how y'all feeling. How y'all feel about it. Like, as far as the content of the music. Because she was definitely, I don't want to say taking shots. I just definitely want to say she was definitely, had some references in there about Drake and Meek. I'm not sure about Cardi B. I feel like that feud is over. I feel like she's not going to be feeding into that. So I don't think she said anything really referencing Cardi B. But she definitely said some things referencing Drake and Meek Mill. And the way I see it, in my opinion, like I said, this is my opinion. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have the same opinion as me. We're 2 different people. That's why God created 2 different people. I mean, more than one person in this world, okay? Because so we can all have our own opinions. So please don't take my opinion as a fact, okay? This is my opinion. So the way I feel about it is this. I feel like this is rap. Like, people talk about people all the time. First of all, in the world, people talk shit every day. Like, people talk shit behind each other's back every day. At least she didn't say the shit behind their back, and she said what she said, and they heard it. So it wasn't like she's, talking all this shit about them behind their back. She said what she said on the record. So at least she's, she's keeping it real. And I don't feel like she said anything real disrespectful. She was just like, what did she say? Her brother and, let's I got my laptop. Let's look it up. Let's see what she said, y'all. But I just feel like nowadays it's so hard to even, like, make a joke or, like, say anything online on social media nowadays, because everything is it's taken so out of context, and everything is taken so personal. Like, I just can't. Like, oh my gosh, Kevin Hart said something about somebody's sexuality, like, way back in the day, and he apologized for it, and then they brung it up again when he wanted to host the Oscars, and it was like, what? I already, like, why would I apologize twice for something? Like, I'm not doing that. Like, y'all bugging. I would say the same thing if I was Kevin Hart. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, you see how personal and how people bring up old stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even worth it. I feel like, say what you want, and if anybody got something to say, oh well. Because at the end of the day, people gonna talk shit, whether it's in your face or behind your back. At least I'm saying what I have to say to you, or you're hearing it. Period. But let's get into what she said, because I just want to know what exactly people are saying that she talked about Cardi B or whatever. I just want to know, when did she say that? All right, this is going bad. This is the Meek.
If you shop on Amazon, it's a browser extension.
This is the song where she said something about Meek and Drake. I'm doing quotations because
and shipping in that price. So
this is, I don't own the rights to this either, guys. So
this what y'all been wanting. This what they waiting for. Okay. Next test say Onika. I got more slaps than Aretha. When you lose the queen, niggas friendly, dog. It was just back to back like Wembley, dog. Now you all the way back up in the Bentley, dog.
So she said it was just back to back, like a what? Something. So basically she was referencing Drake and Meek Mill's sudden friendship. I would too, that was my ex, and like, we was just together. When we was pillow talking, he was talking mad shit about this nigga, not y'all besties. I would be like, yo, what? Wasn't you just talking shit with him, like shit about him with me like a couple weeks ago? But anyway, not my business.
I turn lemons into lemonade simply, dog. Oh boy, yeah, my brother tried to end me, dog. I heard he looking for the old me.
Okay, so she said, oh boy, and my brother tried to end me, dog. I don't know what she was talking about. How they try to end her. I really don't know. I don't really think nobody can end Nicki Minaj's career but Nicki Minaj. I love Nicki. Like, I am a huge Nicki Minaj fan. I just love music general, so it doesn't really matter. Like, I just like her because she is a strong female. She has been in the rap game for umpteen years. I feel like she actually, she's at right now, I think she could be at legendary status, you know. She was the only female in the rap game for a long time, killing shit. So you got to give props when it's due at the end of the day. But just because I like your music doesn't mean your personality matches. Now, I don't know Nicki Minaj personally, but from what I see and knowing that she's from Queens, I can tell already that she has this demeanor like, just because I'm from Queens too, and I know how these Queens bitches be. They be bougie and stuck the fuck up, like stick in a whole ass. Like, oh, I'm the shit, that's it. Nobody's better than me. I mean, what you should feel, but I also feel like you need to humble yourself if you're not there yet. So I think Nicki Minaj can be at legendary status. Is she at legendary status right now? No. Just because the legends before her, I feel like she has a lot more work to put in before she becomes legendary status. So until you get to legendary status, Nicki, I feel like you need to humble yourself a little bit and be a nicer person. Like, damn, you don't have to be such a bitch. Like, I mean, do what makes you happy, boo. If talking about me, I feel like, listen, bitches only talk about a nigga if they still have feelings for him. So she still got some type of feelings for Meek, because I would not be referencing Meek if I have a whole nother man and we supposed to be all happily. Because my man gonna be like, first of all, why you even talking about your ex in a song? Are you dumb? What's wrong with you? My man will be like, you bugging. You're not about to talk about nobody else but me. Like, I don't care about none of that beef shit. No, you're not talking about nobody. I don't care if he was Meek Mills. I don't care if he was Donald Trump. You're not talking about him. No, I'm your man right now. You're not talking about nobody else, period. So that's how I feel about that. So let's hear the rest, y'all.
Ask for the goat, so they sent me sleeves. Trying to lay low, don't tempt me, sleeves. 30 in the clip will be empty sleeves. Bitches to my sons, learn your A's and B's. Lead a hate train.
Okay, so that's what they were saying when she said something about Cardi B. I don't think that was about Cardi B. She's just talking shit. This is a song about talking shit. She's having fun. This is what rappers do. Rappers talk shit in a song. If rappers ain't talk shit, then half of y'all wouldn't even listen, because the shit would be whack, to be honest. So I feel like let her talk her shit. Oh well, people talk shit every day. At least she's talking her shit in a song and she's making a profit off of it. But let's hear the other song. That one is The Drip Too Hard. She did a remix over Little Baby and Gunna's Drip Too Hard song.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Run that back, Turbo.
I just got 10 million bucks for shit that I ain't even do yet. You spent your money, but I ain't say I was your boo yet. You got your feelings hurt, I ain't really mean to do that. I'm just a bad bitch, I'm sorry I put you through that. I'm from New York, but we don't never say.
She missed Meek. Oh my God. Like, Meek, please give her some attention. She missed you. She's telling you she missed you. She is telling you in the song. I mean, it's clear as day. I don't want to hear the rest. I mean, I heard it on my own time. So if y'all want to listen to it, y'all can also go listen to it on YouTube. And it's on something else that she posted. I forgot. Automac. It's called Automac. You can go listen to it on Automac, or you can listen to it on YouTube. But it is clear as day. She misses Meek. Period. I would miss Meek. Do you see him? He looks good. I would miss him too. The dick is probably even better. So, I'm just saying, please give her some attention, Meek. She is looking for you. She's missing you. Jesus Christ. I mean, if it's not clear as day, it's clear as day. Us as females already know. Like, I'm not going to be talking about a man if I don't miss him. Like, I'm not going to be thinking about him. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I don't be caring. Like, all right, whatever. It's over. If it's over, it's over. Like, whatever. But if somebody I do care, I'll be like, oh my God, no. I'm going to talk about you every chance I get. If I'm a rapper, I will rap every song about you. I will be dissing you. I'll be talking mad shit about you. But that's just me personally. I feel like she misses Meek Mills. So that's just my opinion. So if you guys don't agree, you don't have to agree. But if you do agree, please leave a comment below and tell me, yes, I agree. Oh my God, she does misses Meek. Guys, like this video if you're feeling what I'm saying as well. Now, one thing before I leave that I wanted to address as well is how lucky Lori Harvey is, because, wow. I mean, Trey Songz, I always had a crush on Trey Songz since he had the braids, okay, sis? But I just think she's a lucky female because he is gorgeous, and and we saw that thing on the social media, girl, so we know what he working with. And I just feel like he's a good person overall. So shout outs to them. And she's also a beautiful young lady as well. I don't know her personality because I don't really see her on social media as much. But I just wanted to say, Trey Songz, once that's over and you still out there looking, holla at me now. Yeah, right. But I just think that's a beautiful thing for two people that, you know, as beautiful as them to come together. I think that's so cute. But shout out to them or whatever. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about today, y'all. This is What's Happening, episode 2. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about being vegan, pescatarian, or vegetarian, please leave your questions below. Or I'm going to put my Instagram in the description so you guys can also ask me any questions on Instagram. And you can also follow me on Instagram as well, and Snapchat, and Twitter. I don't have Facebook, so. But yeah, this is what's happening. Thanks, guys, for watching. And see you next episode. Hey, wait, maybe I should play Nicki songs on the outro. Nicki, I don't own the rights to the song, so please don't try to take my video down. Bye, y'all.